Hello, I am Jaime Elizondo from Real World Ranching, where our goal is to help you achieve maximum profitability while you improve your land the fastest at very low cost biological methods. Today, in this second part of the series, the importance of monitoring, we will talk about the importance of monitoring your grass. Now, how important can monitoring your grass be to the success of a grazing operation? We know that grass rate of growth is continually changing in response to growing conditions. And don't worry, I'm not going to go into complicated grazing charts. This is very simple. We also need to know how much grass we have on hand, and we do not know how much will grow in a given year in the future, as every year is different. Today, we're going to consider desirable plants per square yard, leaf to stem ratio, bare ground as a percentage, green leaves size and bigger, root depth and bigger, and are the roots fat and deep or skinny and short? If you know of anyone who may benefit by listening to this podcast, please share the link to reach as many livestock producers as possible. Thank you. So let us look at the facts and start from there, okay? We know that we must observe, plan, monitor, adjust, and replan, right? Well, yes, but we must do it and not just talk or write about it. Measuring ground cover, interplant spacing, desirable species composition, root depth, root vigor, etc. should affect our management decisions and change what we are doing. The problem is that most grazing programs do not monitor and feel comfortable talking or writing about it, but they do not actually do it. We need to be different and actually monitor our grasses, livestock, and soil to be certain our management is adequate and not go by dogmas and hearsay. So what should we measure? Well, desirable plant density per square yard, leaf to stem ratio in regrowth and stockpile, roots depth and thickness, crown vigor of desirable plants, lack of dead growing points caused by too much shade, size of green leaves once humus content is increased by our management, grass productivity per acre per year, and cow days harvested per acre per year for each individual paddock. It is easy to state that our grazing program is the best, but we need to back it up by hard numbers, actual facts. Then we will not fall into the trap many have fallen, namely that they failed to produce the results that they promised. Sounds simple, right? Well, hear this. When I state that we double stocking rate the first year compared to selective rotational grazing, it is because we have monitored in different environments and have the numbers to prove it by actually measuring it. The same with pregnancy percentage or weaning percentage or pounds of calf produced per acre per year. If we are not increasing the production of green leaves per acre, we are not increasing carrying capacity. If we are not getting a higher percentage of desirable species in our pastures or rangeland, we cannot say we are having success. It all comes down to reality and what we are actually achieving. Not what we would like to achieve, but real numbers. Remember my saying, fat plants create fat soil high in humus. High humus soils with fat plants with deep and fat roots give you fat livestock. That, if managed correctly, will give you a fat wallet. But it all starts with fat plants, fat and deep roots that build soil high in humus. Humus is a real soil fertility and eliminates the need for synthetic fertilizers while giving you a much higher quality forage for your livestock. To get fat plants with deep and fat roots, you need to eliminate overgrazing, which is the regrazing of a plant before full recovery of its energy reserves. To eliminate overgrazing at very high stocking rates, you need the total grazing program, where you get stockpiled grass in area, a much higher harvest efficiency, grazing, better soil health, improve your desirable species composition, and build up your humus content. Conclusion and recap. Number 1, monitoring your grass is essential. 2, growing points per square yard means how efficient your solar panel is. 3, soil humus is created by an abundance of green leaves in relation to stems. So the leaf-to-stem ratio in the regrowth is extremely important. Now I ask this, which grazing program will give you a higher leaf-to-stem ratio in the regrowth? Think about it. 4, know how many days of grazing you have left in your stockpile in a simple manner. Explaining the total grazing program. No complicated grazing charts. 5, measure root depth and thickness by digging down into the soil and observing. Do not take someone else's word on this. 6, measure plants ground bigger and lack of dead growing points caused by too much shade or too much litter. 7, measure your grass productivity by how many cow days you are harvesting per acre per year. Fully fed cows, not skinny cows. 8, fat plants create fat soil high in humus. High humus soils with fat plants with deep and fat roots give you fat livestock that, if managed correctly, will give you a fat wallet. It all starts with fat plants that have fat and deep roots that build soil high in humus. 9, stop overgrazing. Absolutely stop overgrazing, which is regrazing a plant before it has fully recovered its energy reserves. 10, to achieve all this, implement the total grazing program as soon as possible, where your property will improve every year. Well, my friends, I hope you like this podcast and you can put it into practice. Thank you, and until next time, be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube, or join us for the weekly email at www.rwranching.com/join. Have a great day.